trigonometric functions. Okay, in which quadrant it is plus, which quadrant it is minus, everything we have discussed in this class. Okay, and we have discussed some graph of the function also. What about the sin x graph? What about the cos x graph? Right. So that also we have discussed in our previous class. So what about your sin x? F of x is equal to sin x curve. Graph of sin x is the graph of sin x is like that. Right, here it is pi by 2, here it is 0, here it is pi, here it is 3 pi by 2, okay, here it is 2 pi, this is plus 1, this is minus 1, okay, your value lies between sin s cos s value lies between only minus 1 to plus 1, y is equal to sin x or f of x is equal to sin x, okay, right. So the second one, cos x, what is my cos x? My cos x curve is, graph of the cos x is coming like that. Okay, so this is 0, here it is pi by 2, where cos pi by 2 is 0, okay, cos of minus pi by 2 is also 0, okay, here it is minus pi, here it is plus pi, okay, here it is 3 pi by 2, okay, and goes on like that. So therefore this is your y is equal to cos x, okay. Right. These things we have discussed in our previous class. Okay. Right. Now I'm going to, we are going to discuss about the cosecant x. Y is equal to cosecant x. That is a reciprocal function of this sin x. Reciprocal of this sin x. Okay. What is the reciprocal of this sin x? First of all, look at the domain and the range of this function. Right. What about this domain? The domain of sin x. The domain of sin x is for all real numbers. What about the range? The range of sin x is closed interval minus 1, 1 only. The range is, the y values are taken from minus 1 to plus 1 only. Okay, right. So, but here the domain is the function. What is actually cosecant x? 1 by sin x. Okay, so here x is not equal to n pi. Why? X is not equal to n pi. Why? Because at x is equal to n pi, the function value, sin x value is 0. If sin x is 0, this term is 0, 1 by 0 is undefined. So therefore, cosecant x is not defined for these x values. Your cosecant x is undefined for x is equal to n pi. That means your domain is set of all real numbers minus set of all x, x is equal to n pi, and n is an integer. Okay, so the domain is equal to r minus set of all x, x is equal to n pi, and n is an integer. Okay, why? So for all real numbers we can define, except this x is equal to n pi. For what? If x is equal to n pi, this 1 by sin x, this sin n pi is 0. 1 by 0 is undefined. That means cosecant x is undefined for those values of x. So therefore, you remove those values from your real numbers. For remaining values, the function can be defined. So therefore, y is equal to that cos x is equal to defined only for these real numbers except these values. Therefore, that is called as your domain. Okay. What is the range of the function? Okay, what is the range of the function? The range of the function is your sin x is, the range of the sin x is minus 1 to 1. Okay, the range of the cosecant x is, that is a reciprocal function is, so outside this interval minus 1 comma 1. Okay, so therefore your range of the function is right. So this is set up for y. Your y greater than or equal to 1 because your sin x is range of the function is lies between this -1 to +1. Okay, your cosecant x is reciprocal of the sin x. Your reciprocal of the sin x, the range value of this reciprocal function is lies outside of this interval. What is outside of this interval? That is y greater than or equal to 1. Okay, and y is less than or equal to -1. Are you okay? So please try to understand your y is greater than or equal to 1 or y is less than or equal to -1 both. This also true and this also true. Okay, sir, here 1 is there, sir. We can't include that 1. No. Here in cosecant x, you will get some 1 also because your sin x is 1. If your sin x is maximum, it is 1. We will get 1. 1 by 1, it is 1. Cosecant x is 1. We will get this answer 1. Okay. If your sin x is -1, because sin x value is -1 to +1 only. So your sin x may be +1, your sin x may be -1. If you take sin x is +1, you will get cosecant x is 1. If you take your sin x is -1, your cosecant x is -1. Therefore, this -1 and +1 both are included. Okay, so right. So therefore, this is the range of the function cosecant x. This is the domain of the function cosecant x. Now, what is the graph of the function? What is the graph of this function? Okay. Here, actually 0 to pi. What is sin x? Your 0 to pi, your sin x curve is coming like that. Look at that. Your 0 to pi, your sin x curve is coming like that. Okay. So, but your cosecant x curve is, this is 1. Your cosecant x curve coming like this because of reciprocal function. Okay. So, therefore, this is pi. Okay. Similarly, here look at that. I to 2 pi, your sin x curve is coming like that. Okay. But what is your cosecant x? Your cosecant x is a reciprocal of this sin x. So reciprocal of this sin x means your curve is coming like here for pi to 2 pi. It is coming like that. So therefore this is your 2 pi. Are you okay? Right. This side also. Coming to this side. This side also your curve is coming like this. This is 0 and this is minus pi. Okay, for 0 to minus pi, your sin x curve is coming like that. Okay, but your cosecant x curve is, okay, your cosecant x curve coming like this. Okay, so therefore this is your cosecant x. Now look at that, this is your 1. Okay, so this is your -1. Okay, because this is a reciprocal function. Your sin x of this sin x positive values, it is coming from 0 to 1. Okay, so therefore your cosecant x is a reciprocal function. The reciprocal function graph is coming like this. Similarly, pi to 2 pi, the reciprocal function graph is coming like this. Here coming it is like this. Okay, right. What about 0, sir? Why it is not touching 0? If sin x is 0, that means x is equal to 0 means sin 0 is 0. 1 by 0 means undefined. If your x is equal to 0, the function reaches undefined, not defined. At x is equal to 0, the function not defined. Okay, at x is equal to pi, function not defined. At x is equal to minus pi, the function not defined. Look at that. These x values not in your domain. Okay, this x is equal to 0, not in my domain. Because if you take n is an integer, if you take n is equal to 0, this is 0. N pi is 0. That is where x is 0. So therefore you exclude 0. Why? When x is equal to 0, the function undefined. For x is equal to pi, the function undefined. For x is equal to minus pi, the function undefined. Okay. So similarly, this 2 pi also function undefined, minus 2 pi also function undefined. Okay. So therefore, for those values of x is equal to n pi, the function undefined. Okay. So therefore, this is y is equal to cosecant x graph. Okay, you please take that. You go to that next secant x based on cos x. Come to the next one. So the next one is secant x. My f of x is equal to secant x. What is your secant x? 1 by cos x. Okay, this x is not equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. That means odd multiples of pi by 2. For odd multiples of pi by 2, the function not defined. Okay, see that? So the curve is coming like that. So this is 0. This is pi by 2. This is 3 pi by 2. Okay, this is minus pi by 2. Okay, the curve is coming like that. This is minus 3 pi by 2. So look at that. At pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, minus pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 2, the function cos x value is 0. Your y value is 0. Y is equal to cos x is 0. Okay. So if this x value is x is equal to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 or minus pi by 2 or minus 3 pi by 2, that means odd multiples of pi by 2. That means your n belongs to Z. If your n is equal to 1, this is 1 into 2, 2 plus 1. Okay, that is 2 plus 1, 3 pi by 2. If n is equal to 0, that is pi by 2. Okay, so that is plus or minus pi by 2. If you take n is equal to minus 1, you will get minus pi by 2 like that. Okay, so for those values of x, this cos x 0. If this cos x 0, then 1 by 0 is undefined, infinity. Therefore, your secant x is undefined, infinity. When are those values? So therefore, your domain of this secant x, domain of this f is equal to set of all real numbers, but at these values function undefined. So therefore, remove that values. So therefore, the x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. What is the n? N is an integer. Okay, for those values of x, function not defined because cos x is 0 for those values. 1 by cos x is 1 by cos x, that means 1 by 0 is undefined 1. So therefore, this is your domain, right? Okay, what about the range? My range is, what is the range of this function here? Cos x. This is y is equal to cos x. Okay, what is the range domain of this function? That is R. What is the range of this function? That is also minus 1 comma 1. Okay, so therefore here also the range is the same. Range of f is equal to set of all y my y greater than or equal to 1 or my y less than or equal to minus 1, because so this is the range of cos x. What is the secant x? Reciprocal of this function. Therefore, your range is outside of this interval, that is more than 1 or less than minus 1. Therefore, your y value, that is the range value, more than 1 or less than minus 1. Your 1 is included, because here your cos x may be 1 or minus 1. Here your cos x is 1 means your secant x also may be 1. Your cos x minus 1 means your secant x is minus 1. So therefore 1 included. Okay, including 1 and more than 1 or less than minus 1, including minus 1. Okay, so therefore this is range of the function. Now come to the graph of the function. What is the graph of the function? Okay, here look at that, minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. This is our 1, this is our minus 1. Now look at that, here minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2, this is my 1, value 1. The cos x curve is coming like this. Okay, where minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2, the cos x curve is positive values and coming like that. Okay, so what is your secant x? Your secant x is 1 by cos x, that is reciprocal. Okay, so therefore the reciprocal of this cos x is this is taken as pi by 2. Okay, so therefore the reciprocal of cos x is coming like that. Okay, so here the cos x curve is coming like this. This curve is cos x and this curve is secant x. That is a reciprocal of cos x. Okay, for the interval minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Right, coming that pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, what is that? The curve is coming like that. Okay, so therefore this is taken as 3 pi by 2. Right, so therefore your secant x is curve is coming like this. Okay, right. What about at x is equal to pi by 2, sir? What about your x is equal to 3 pi by 2, sir? The function is undefined. Look at that. At x is equal to 1 pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 or 5 pi by 2, the function is undefined. Okay, that is not in your domain. Don't bother about that. Okay, right. Now come to this side. This minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. This is minus 3 pi by 2. Okay, there. Right. So the curve is coming like that. Right now, look at that. This is your minus 1. Okay. This is your plus 1. Right. So why the curve is coming like that means, look at that, your range of the cos x is minus 1 to plus 1, but here the range of the cosecant x is outside this minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, it is depending upon the interval minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 means we will get more than 1. Okay, but minus pi by 2 to 3 by 2 I will get less than minus 1. Here also I will get less than minus 1. Okay, for some interval I am getting some positive values, some interval I am getting negative values, more than plus 1 and less than minus 1. So therefore this is the graph of the y is equal to secant x. Please note that we will go for the tan x and cot x, and after that we will discuss some problems. Okay, the next one is tan x. F of x is equal to tan x. The domain of tan x is domain of f. Okay, the domain of f is the tan x is not defined because what is the tan x? The tan x means sin x by cos x. If this cos x is 0, the function is undefined. When cos x is 0, x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Okay, n belongs to z. Please try to understand. At x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, that is multiples of all multiples of pi by 2, 1 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, or minus pi by 2. Your cos x is 0, just now we got discussed. If cos x is 0, your tan x is undefined because sin any value by 0 means undefined, infinity. So therefore, your domain of f, that means domain of the tan function is set of all real numbers and exclude these x values. Okay, this is your x not equal to this 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Exclude these and the x values. Therefore, set of all x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Your n belongs to z. This is your domain. Okay, what is the range? My range of the function f is equal to all real numbers. Set of all r. The range of the function f is r. We will discuss the graph. Based on the graph, you can easily understand the range. Okay, this is pi by 2. This is minus pi by 2. Okay, so the graph of this tan x function is coming like that. Okay, how to draw the graph, sir? What is tan 0? It is 0. Okay, so this is tan 90, right? What about your tan 1, tan 30? So what about your tan 45? What about your tan 60? Okay, what about your tan 70 or 90 like that? Okay, so you just plot the point, find the values of the tan x at 30 degree, 60 degree, 45 degree. Okay, so you just plot the points and trace the points. Okay, you will get that curve. This is for up to 0 to pi by 2. This is similarly 0 to minus pi by 2. Okay, so you just, what about your tan minus 30, tan minus 60, tan minus 45, what are the values? You just find the values and plot the values, mark the values and connect that and trace the curve. Okay, this is only for minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So what about, sir, pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2? Okay, again you'll get the same like it. This is your pi. Okay, you will get a curve like this. Okay, right. Similarly, this side also. This is maybe minus pi. This is minus 3 pi by 2. Okay, your curve is coming like that. Okay, so therefore this is your y is equal to tan x graph. Okay, at x is equal to pi by 2, what is the answer? What is your tan x value? Undefined. Tan 90 is undefined. At x is equal to 3 pi by 2, what is the answer? That is also undefined. Okay, right. At x is equal to minus pi by 2, what is the tan value? That is also undefined. So therefore, for these values are not in our domain. In domain, that means, domain means you have to take that x values and substitute x values here and take that x values from this domain only. The function defined on these domain values only. The domain is real numbers minus of these values, that is 5 by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, minus 5 by 2. So those values function is undefined, don't take it as that x values. Remaining real numbers, you can take it and substitute here, you will get the values. Okay, so once if you give x value, you will get tan x value. So your tan x value is y value. Okay, so once if you get some points of x comma y, so you plot the points, connect the points, trace the curve, that is your graph of the function. Okay, whatever it is, not only tan x. Once if you finish the means, we'll go to the cortex. Okay, next go to the sixth one. Sixth trigonometric function, cortex is equal to cortex. What is my cortex? My cortex is equal to cos x by sin x. But look at that. Here, your x is equal to n pi, n belongs to z. Okay, cos x by sin x, x is equal to n pi. Okay, for those values of x is equal to n pi, your sin x is not defined. Okay, therefore your x is equal not equal to n pi. X not equal to n pi, your cortex is not defined. Why? When x is equal to n pi, your sin x is 0. When the denominator is 0, function is undefined. It is not at all possible to define the function. Okay, for those values of x. Okay, so therefore your f of x cortex is equal to cos x by sin x. X not equal to n pi. Right? What about the domain? The domain of f. What is the domain of the function? The domain of the function set of all real numbers and exclude these values. Because for these values, function not defined. So therefore, x equal to n pi, n belongs to z. Okay. And what is the range of the function? Here also range. What is the range? The range is r because the all y values we are taken here. Look at that. Here, all positive y values are acting as an image. Here also all minus negative y values also acting as an image. Okay. So therefore, all y values, that means the real numbers, set of all real numbers is my image. Okay. So here also the range of f is real numbers only. Okay. See the graph. Okay. This is 0 and this is minus 5, this is minus 2 pi, this is pi by 2, therefore your graph is coming like that. So this is actually pi. Why this values goes to infinity when x is equal to pi, that is 1 pi. X is equal to 1 pi. What is my value? My sin pi is 0. Anything by 0 means it is infinity. It goes to minus infinity. Okay. So therefore, up to pi by 2, this cos is positive. 0 to pi by 2 means that cos is positive. Okay. After pi by 2 to pi means that is the second quadrant. Second quadrant is negative. So therefore, I am getting y values as negative values. Okay. So here, the values are coming like that. The graph of the function. Okay. And this side is also the graph of the function coming like this. Okay, so therefore this is y is equal to x. So please note that at x is equal to 2 pi, x is equal to pi, x is equal to 0, x is equal to minus pi, x is equal to minus 2 pi. So for those values, the function is undefined. That is not at all in your domain. Okay, so at these values, your function approaches infinity only. Okay, so therefore this is y is equal to convex graph. Please take that, we will go to the problems. So these graphs may be little bit difficult to understanding. Okay, if you go through, it is given in your NCERT book also. You please go through once or twice. Okay, definitely you can easily understand. Right? If anything you are not understanding, you are getting confusion, means you please go through once or twice again. Right? Definitely you can easily understand. Right? So, but the problems are very simple. Only the graph is a little bit difficult to understand everything. Okay, domain and range. But the problems are very simple. Look at the problems. The next, that is, we are going to discuss the problems. So now come to the problems. First problem, if cos x is equal to minus 3 by 5, x lies in the third quadrant, x lies in the third quadrant, find the value of other 5 trigonometric functions. Okay, what is given? Cos x is equal to minus 3 by 5 is given. Okay, your x belongs to, x means the angle. That angle belongs to the third quadrant is given. Third quadrant means automatically your cos is negative, only tan is positive. Okay, so it is negative only given, minus 3 by 5 is given. Right, find the value of the other 5 trigonometry functions. Right, how to find out your sin x? I'm going to first of all find out sin x because it is cos x is given. Okay. Right. So how to find out sin x? We have one formula, cos square x plus sin square x is equal to 1. Okay. So what about your cos square x? This is minus 3 by 5 the whole square plus sin square x equal to 1. Okay. Right. This is sin square x is equal to 1 minus. This will becomes minus 3 the whole square by 5 square. That will become 9 by 5. Minus will become plus. Plus. But bring it to the right hand side. So we will get minus 9 by 25. 3 square. Minus 3 square is plus 9. And 5 square is 25. So therefore bring it to the right hand side. That plus 9 by 5 becomes 9 by 25. Okay. 9 by 25 becomes minus 9 by 25. You just cross multiply. So this is 25 minus 9 divided by 25. Okay, so therefore this is 25 minus 9, that is 16 by 25. So therefore this is 4 by 5. So your sin square x is 4 by 5. Your sin x is plus or minus 4 by 5. Okay, right, but look at that, your x lies in third quadrant. Your x lies in third quadrant. Okay, so therefore in third quadrant, which is positive, your tan only positive. What about your sign? Your sign is negative only. So therefore, your sin x is minus 4 by 5 only. Not plus 4 by 5, you just omit plus 4 by 5. Because x lies in the third quadrant, your sin x is minus 4 by 5. Okay. Here we are going to find out 4 more trigonometric functions, that is cosecant x, secant x, tan x, cot x, that are very simple. See that? So what about your cos x? Your cos x is minus 3 by 5. What about your sin x? Sin x minus 4 by 5. Okay, if cos x is minus 3 by 5 means what is your secant x? Your secant x is the reciprocal of this cos x. So what is the reciprocal? Minus 5 by 3. Okay, your sin x is minus 4 by 5 means what is cosecant x? My cosecant x is reciprocal of this, minus 5 by 4. Okay. Right, come to the tan x. What is my tan x? My tan x is equal to sin x by cos x. What is my sin x? Minus 4 by 5. What is my cos x? Minus 3 by 5. The 5 cancel, minus cancel. So therefore I will get 4 by 3. Right. What about your cot x? My cot x is reciprocal of this tan x. Cos x by sin x or 1 by tan x is also cot x. So therefore, if this is 4 by 3, your cot x is 3 by 4. Okay. Take the second problem. If cot x is equal to minus 5 by 12, x lies in the second quadrant. X lies in the second quadrant. Find the value of the other trigonometric functions. Other trigonometric functions. Find the value of the other trigonometric function. Look at that. If cot x is equal to minus 5 by 12, and x lies in the second quadrant, find the value of the other trigonometric functions. So given cot x is equal to minus 5 by 12. Okay, if cot x is minus 5 by 12 means what about your tan x? Your tan x is the reciprocal of this cot x. Sin x, cot x is reciprocal of tan x. Tan x is also reciprocal of cot x. Therefore, we will get minus 12 by 5 is my tan x. Okay, that is a reciprocal function, right? Okay, now we know that one result 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. Okay, right. 1 plus, what is your tan? Your tan is minus 12 by 5. Minus 12 by 5, the whole square. Okay, so this is my secant square x. Right, what is the answer for here? So this is 1 plus 144 by 25 minus 12 by 5 the whole square, minus 12 the whole square, 144 by 25. This is my secant square x. Okay, right. So now simplify this 25 plus 144, that is 169 by 25. Simplify this, what is the answer? Simplify this, what is the answer we are getting? So therefore, this is 1 plus 144 by 25 equal to secant square x. So therefore, 25 plus 144, 169 by 25. That is secant square x. Okay, what is your secant x? Your secant x is plus or minus taking square root. So this is 13 by 5. Plus or minus 13 by 5. But look at that, your x is lies in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, which is plus, your sine is plus, your cosecant is plus. But what about your cos, secant, tan, cot, everything is negative only. So therefore, minus 13 by 5 is equal to secant x. Since x lies in the second quadrant, okay, please note that your secant x is minus 13 by 5. Okay, one secant x is 13 by 5 implies, what about your cos x? Cos x is the reciprocal of this function, minus 5 by 13. Okay, right. Come to that sin x. What about your sin x? Your sin square x can be written as 1 minus cos square x. That formula, cos square plus sin square is 1. So therefore 1 minus minus 5 by 13, the whole square. Okay, this will become, so 1 minus, right, minus 5 the whole square, that is 25, plus 25, and this is 169. And take a cross multiplication, 169 minus 25, that is 144 by 169. Okay, so this is my sin square x. So my sin x is square root of this plus or minus 12 by 13. But your x is lies in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, sin is plus. So therefore plus 12 by 13. Since, what is the reason? X lies in the second quadrant. If x lies in the second quadrant, your sin x is always positive. Right, this is your sin x. Okay, what about your cosecant x? My cosecant x is the reciprocal of this 13 by 12. Okay, so these are the other trigonometry function values. Okay, now we'll go to the next problem. Find the value of sine of 31 pi by 3. 31 pi by 3. How to find the value of this 31 pi by 3? Please don't note that the 0 to 2 pi sine values again repeated to 2 pi to 4 pi. So the same value from 0 to 2 pi again repeated to 2 pi to 4 pi. Again repeated to 4 pi to 6 pi. Again repeated to 6 pi to 8 pi. Again repeated to 8 pi to 10 pi. And goes on. Okay. Right. 2 pi means 360 degree or 2 pi radian. Okay. Right. So therefore, look at that. This 0 to 2 pi values are different. But this 2 pi to 4 pi values, sine values, I am telling about the sine values. Sine and cos both. Okay. So the same values 0 to 2 pi values, again it is going to repeat. The same 4 pi, 0 to 2 pi values again repeated to 4 pi to 6 pi. That is a one cycle, one revolution. Okay, right. So, therefore, this 31 pi by 3 can be written as, right? So, this is 31 times pi by 3. This is, this is 31 times pi by 3. That is the meaning. Okay, this is 31 times pi by 3. Okay, you can take it as 30 times pi by 3 plus 1 time pi by 3. This is 31 times pi by 3. Okay, you can take it as 30 times pi by 3 plus 1 times pi by 3. What about this 30 times pi by 3 means you cancel it, you will get 10 pi. So therefore, I am going to write it as this as 10 pi plus pi by 3. Okay, right. So we have the formula, one formula, sine of 2 pi plus x. That is equal to again sine x only. Okay, sine of 4 pi plus x. That is also again sine x. Okay, similarly, sine of n pi plus x is again sine x only. Okay, so therefore here this is 2n pi. This is 2n pi, sine of 2n pi plus x. Okay, that is again sine x only. Right? So therefore here it is 10 pi. So 10 pi means it is a multiple of 2n pi. Okay, so therefore the sine of 10 pi plus pi by 3 can be written as sine pi by 3 based on this formula. I am using this formula, sine of 2n pi plus x is equal to sine x. So therefore my sine of 10 pi plus pi by 3 is sine pi by 3. What is sine pi by 3? that is sine 60 degree. What is sine 60 degree value? That is root 3 by 2. So sine 60, see the table, sine 60 degree or sine pi by 3 is equal to root 3 by 2. Okay. Find the value of this. How to find the value of this? Find cos of minus 1710. Find cos of minus 1710. Degree. This is given in degree. So look at that. This can be taken as your cos of minus 1710 degree can be written as, now look at that. Here also the same sin x, cos x also the same 0 to 2 pi values again repeated. Here also the same 2 pi values again repeated for this 4 pi to 6 pi, 6 pi to 8 pi, 8 pi to 10 pi. The same 0 to 2 pi values again repeated. Okay, same values will come. That is the meaning. Okay, what about you? This meaning is 360. Okay, so this is 720. Again adding this 360. Okay, so again I'm adding that 360. Again I'm adding that 360. Again I'm adding that 360. Okay, so if your 10 pi means 10 into 360, this is 10 pi means 5 into 360. That pi is 180. 10 into 180. So therefore this is 10 pi means that is 1080 degree. 10 pi means 1080 degree. Okay, but here I am going to write it as this is 1080 degree. Okay, minus 17 minus 90 degree. What is the answer? Okay, so before writing that, we'll explain one more thing. This is cos of 1710 degree. What about this minus? We have another formula. Cos of minus x is cos x1. Okay, so either cos of minus x is cos x. Therefore, cos of minus 1710 degree can be written as cos of 1710 degree. Okay, so this can be written as cos of 1080 degree, 1800 degree minus 1000. This is 90 degree. So 1800 minus 90, that is 1710. Okay, so therefore this is nothing but this 1800 is nothing but your 10 pi. Okay, minus pi by 2. Okay, so therefore this 10 pi minus pi by 2. Well, look at that, sine of 2n pi plus x is also sin x. Similarly, cos of 2n pi plus x is also sin x. Sorry, cos x. So here cos of 2n pi plus x is again cos x. Therefore, here it is again cos pi by 2. What is cos pi by 2 value? Cos 90. Cos 90 value is 0 degree. That is 0. Cos 90 value is 0. Please note this. Okay, please complete this. And the homework problem is that exercise 3.2. This is homework. Okay, please try to complete that. Please try to understand that. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you please send a message. I will clarify the doubts. Okay. Yeah, 0 degree or 0 radian, both are same. Okay. You can mention 0 degree and 0 radian. Both are same. Both are denoted by 0 1. 0 degree or 0 radian. If you put only 0 means, if you put only 0 means this is 0 radian. Okay. If you put this symbol means that is 0 degree. Okay. 0 radian and 0 degree, both are same only. Zeros. We can denote it as 0. Okay. For sine sum, which sum? Where some students are asking some doubts. 31 pi by 3. This is 31 pi by 3. Okay. This root 3 by 2 is the radian. Root 3 by 2, numerical value. Okay. So this is given in radian. 31 pi by 3 is given in radian. So some students are asking at that, sir, we can write it is in degree. Yeah, we can write it is in degree also. No problem. You can convert this into degree. What is my degree? 10 pi plus pi by 3. 10 pi means that is 1080 degree plus pi by 3 means 60 degree. You can write it as sine 60. What is sine 60 value? That is also root 3 by 2. You can write it that also. That is also correct. Okay. Yeah. Any other doubt? Any doubt? Yes. Here some formula is there. This is also. This interval is called as period. For every 2 pi, again we will getting the same value. The same value comes here. Okay, the same value comes this interval. So the same value from 0 to 2 pi comes to this. That is called as period. Okay, these are the known formula. This cos of minus x is cos x, we have already discussed. Okay, so this formula also we have discussed. If you not discuss means we'll discuss. No problem. Okay. Right. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Try to complete this homework problem exercise. This is already discussed. Cos of minus x is cos x. We have already discussed. You please check your notebook. Check our notes. Cos of minus x, cos x we have already discussed. Okay. Which problem? Which one? This one. What is the doubt? What about your sin x? X lies in the third quadrant. Okay. What about your sin square x? This is minus psi. Cos square x is cos x is minus 3 by 5 the whole square. So this is 9 by 25. This will becomes plus 9 by 25. Here it becomes 9 minus 9 by 25. So this is 25 minus 9, that is 16 by 25. If you take a square root, that is 4 by 5. Plus or minus 4 by 5. This plus 4 by 5 is not possible because your x is lies in the third quadrant. In sin x, that is, look at Kanna, this is minus 3 by 5. Okay, so this is minus 3 by 5, the whole square means this is 9, this is 25. Okay, 25 minus 9, what is the answer? 16 only. What is the square root of 16? This is, that is the square root of 16 is 4 by 5 only, plus or minus 4 by 5. Why 2 by 5? Here, this is sine square x, comma. Sine square x is 16 by 25. Your sine x is plus or minus 4 by 5 only, square root of 16, square root of 25. Okay, not 2 by 5. I made a mistake here only. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all.